to order. If you will please call the roll.
Senator Saslaw.
Here.
Senator Howell. Senator Lucas.
Lucas here.
Senator Edwards. He's here.
He's here.
Senator Deeds. Senator Marsden.
Here.
Senator
Deeds is here.
Senator Barker.
Here.
Senator Favola.
Here.
Senator Norman.
Here.
Senator McDougall.
Here.
Senator Vogel.
Here.
Senator McPike.
Here.
Senator Locke.
Present.
You have a quorum, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much.
Madam Chair, Peterson's here.
We got him.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for coming this morning, and welcome to our Rules Committee meeting. We have several appointments to make this morning, and thank you all for getting in your recommendations for these appointments, and we can dispense with these rather quickly. There are some that we're going to have some discussion on because of kind of the oversubscription of some nominations. So that will require some discussion on those. We're going to go through these in the order in which they appear on the list. So we will begin with the Behavioral Health Commission. This is a new commission that comes as a consequence of Senate Bill 1273 from Senator Deeds. There are 5 senator vacancies, of which at least 1 member must come from the Committee on Education and Health, 1 from the Committee on Rehabilitation and Social Services, and 2 from the Committee on Finance and Appropriations. And we have requests from 7 members. And those are Senators Deeds, Favola, Hanger, Higgins, Mason, McPike, and Barker. Senator Deed is the patron. So I think it's only natural that, of course, he go on to the Behavioral Health Commission as the patron of the bill, and he would represent finance. Senator Hanger also represents finance, and there should be 2 members from the Committee on Finance and Appropriations, and they were the only. Senator Barker also submitted his name as an individual from finance, but he also represents education and health. And he was the only senator who submitted his name from education and health. And this commission also needs someone from education and health. So that being said, we would have Senators Deeds and Hanger representing finance and Senator Barker representing education and health. That would leave 1 member to come from Rehabilitation and Social Services. And we have Senators Favola, Higgins, Mason, and McPike who submitted their names from that committee. So we would have to select from those individuals.
Madam Chair.
Yes, Senator McPike.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just to clarify, there was 2 remaining positions now, correct?
Yes.
No, there's 1. I thought it was 1.
1.
5. There's 5 total.
We have to get to 5 senators, but there's only a requirement that 1 other come from Rehab and Social Services, Madam Chair.
Correct.
Right.
Madam Chair.
Yes, Senator Deeds.
Senator Howell has been on the commission, the Commission to Study Mental Health Services since it began. And am I correct that she didn't request appointment to this commission?
That would be correct.
Okay.
Madam Chair, John Edwards here. Senator Vole is chairman of Rehab. I think she ought to be on the commission.
Second that.
Thank you.
Okay, that makes it easy. Okay, so then we would have Senators Deeds, Favola, Hanger, Barker.
And you need
one more.
You need 1 more.
Yep, 1 more.
Madam Chair.
Chair.
Nominate Lonnie.
Madam Chair, did I hear Senator Howell expressed an interest?
No.
No, she did
No.
not.
Never mind.
All right. There was a nomination, but for Monty Mason, did I hear you right, Senator McPike?
That's correct.
Okay.
Second.
That's fine. No problem.
That's the 5.
Okay, so that would be 5. Okay, so we would have Deeds, Favola, Hanger, Mason, and Barker. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
are we? Okay, so all in favor of those 5 would please say aye.
Aye.
Is there any opposition? Okay, so we have the Behavioral Health Commission set. We'll now move to the Booker T. Washington Commemorative Commission. This commission comes as a new commission as a consequence of Senate Resolution 95 from Senator Suderline. This will consist of the chair of Senate Rules, who will chair this commission, the clerk of the Senate, and 4 other senators who will be appointed by the chair. And I will therefore appoint those who requested to be appointed. That will be Senators Eben, Suderline, Servell, and Ruff.
I'll move that.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, this will be interesting. We'll now move to the Cannabis Equity Reinvestment Board. Okay, this comes as a consequence of Senate Bill 1406 from Senators Eben and Lucas. These are the 3 citizen vacancies. And these vacancies will reflect the racial, ethnic, gender, and geographic diversity of the Commonwealth. One of these appointments will be for 4 years, one will be for 5, one will be for 6. One shall be an expert in education with a focus on access to opportunities for youth in underserved communities. One will be an expert in the field of public health with an experience in trauma-informed care, if at all possible, and one shall be a person who has been previously incarcerated or convicted of a marijuana-related crime. So we have 2 who were nominated with the experience in education. We have Michelle Riddick Hamilton, who I recommended. She's a professional school counselor with 15 years in the Newport News Public Schools. She's currently employed at Marshall Elementary Learning Center in the East End community, which is an underserved area in Newport News. And Senator Favola recommended, I think it's Sujatha Hampton,
Right.
of Great Falls. She's an educator and author with a doctorate in special education and volunteers time with the NAACP in the Fairfax chapter. So,
Madam Chair, I'm going to recommend Michelle Riddick Hamilton, your nominee. Sujatha called me. She's very interested, of course, but she does have a lot on her plate. So at this time, I think I could probably find another commission to put her on. I am happy to move forward with Michelle Hamilton.
okay, so we will go with Michelle Riddick Hamilton in
Chairman,
that particular area. Yes.
thank you. Not to address an indelicate subject, and I appreciate your preamble about the diversity. As I look over this list, I'm not familiar with a lot of the folks on it, but I am hopeful as we deal with at least 3 commissions that are related to the marijuana legislation that we're confident we have diversity.
I'm sorry.
I just said, as we go through these 3 commissions dealing with cannabis, I am hopeful that we will have the diversity that you shared with us in the preamble.
I'm hopeful as well.
I know you are.
In the second area is an expert in the field of public health. And we have Badar Phelps and Keisha Smith of Richmond. And I would recommend that we go with the person recommended by Senator Barker. Which would because Bedar is also in Hampton Roads. And that would give us someone in Central Virginia.
Okay, Madam Chair, I move that we go with Keisha Smith of Richmond to be the appointee in the field of public health.
Okay.
I'll second that motion.
Okay. And it took us a long time to find out, and we kept looking for someone who was previously incarcerated. We finally came up with Henry Estes of Chesapeake. And I don't know why Senator Norman,
I was going to say, Madam Chairman, you should have called me.
I was gonna nominate Tommy.
I haven't been convicted yet.
Just to give us diversity, is that the point?
Yes.
The diversity point?
Probably dozens of senators and delegates to choose from.
So we have Henry Estes of Chesapeake.
I move him.
And I would second that. If you
Okay, so we have Michelle Riddick, Keisha Smith, and Henry Estes for the Cannabis Equity Reinvestment Board.
Do you need a separate motion at this point? Or are you comfortable?
Yes, for the three.
Okay, well then, Madam Chair, I so move the three recommendations we just talked about: Michelle Hamilton, Keisha Smith, and Henry Estes for the Cannabis Equity Reinvestment Board.
Second.
Okay, all in favor of those three individuals for the Cannabis Equity Reinvestment Board, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Okay, thank you. We will now move to the Cannabis Oversight Commission. This commission also comes as a result of Senate Bill 1406. We have 4 Senate vacancies, and individuals who have, of course, expressed an interest here are Senators Eben, McPike, Lucas, and Survell. We need individuals from Senate Finance and Appropriations, Judiciary, and Rehab and Social Services. And I believe that we do have someone from each of those
You're all set.
committees.
Yeah.
So
Madam Chair.
I would so move those senators.
Madam Chair.
who's speaking?
Susan.
Yes, Susan.
You have 5 senators.
I only see 4.
McDougal was at it last night.
Oh, that's not on my list.
I don't have it. Yeah, he's not on the list.
On my list.
It's on the updated one that was sent out this morning by Hobie.
Yeah.
Look,
I just printed this out. Oh, wait a minute.
Madam Chair, it's on the list they sent out this morning.
Yeah, I just saw it.
Okay, so Senator McDougal, representing both Judiciary and
Rehab. He's also
and Rehab.
Madam
Okay,
Chairman,
so we have 5. Yes, Senator, is that Senator Norman?
yes, ma'am. I would move
Okay.
Senator Eben and Senator McDougal.
I'm sorry, I'm not understanding. We need 4.
Yes, ma'am. I only nominated 2.
Okay.
So, Madam
And then-
Chair, I would move Senator McPike and Senator Lucas.
Okay, there's 4.
There you go.
You count so well, Dick.
Okay, so we have McPike, Lucas, McDougal, and Eben.
Eben.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll second that.
McDougal, McPike, Eben, and Lucas. Okay. All right. So McDougal, McPike, Sounds like a duo. McDougal, McPike, Eben, and Lucas. And that's a second on that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All in favor of those four to the Cannabis Oversight Commission? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Okay, so we have the Cannabis Oversight Commission. We will now move to the Cannabis Public Health Advisory Council. Also coming as a consequence of Senate Bill 1406. This is for citizen vacancies. Also reflecting the racial, ethnic, gender, and geographic diversity of the Commonwealth. And I understand, Senator Norman. So
That's
this
the first time
also
you've ever listened to me, Madam Chair.
This also requires 4 citizens and 1 being a representative from the Virginia Foundation for Healthy Youth, 1 being a representative from the Medical Society of Virginia, 1 being a representative from the Virginia Pharmacists Association, and 1 being a representative from the Virginia chapter of the American Academy of Pediatrics. The representative from the Virginia Foundation for Healthy Youth is Karen Addison of Midlothian. The representative from the Medical Society of Virginia being Dr. John, is it White?
John White, yes.
Yeah. The representative from the Virginia Pharmacists Association is Christina Burrell of Richmond. And the representative from the Virginia chapter of the American Academy of Pediatrics is Kiswana Caves. Did I get that correct?
Yes.
Of Norfolk.
Move those nominations.
Okay.
I'll second those.
Okay, so, it's been moved and seconded that we accept those 4 nominations for the Cannabis Public Health Advisory Council. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Okay, so we have our selections for the Cannabis Public Health Advisory Council. We now have moved to the Chesapeake Bay Restoration Fund Advisory Committee, which is 1 citizen reappointment or appointment of an individual representative of the interests associated with the restoration and conservation of the Chesapeake Bay. And we have Tara Pascarosa, who was appointed in 2011 and 15, and she is eligible for reappointment. And we also have Scott, is it Pling?
Yes.
Falls Church, is it what?
Fine.
Okay, who was recommended by Senator Favola.
Move Scott Pline.
And I would like to recommend the reappointment of Tara Pascarosa.
I second that.
Just a question, Madam Chair.
Yes.
Do the bylaws of this group, the Chesapeake Bay Restoration Fund Advisory Committee, do the bylaws limit participation to a certain number of terms?
It did, but I think that there was something recently passed that allowed for reappointments. If Hobie, if you could.
Yes, ma'am. And I apologize. I originally sent this out as a vacancy, and then I realized that a bill was put in recently that added 2 more terms, so that Ms. Pascarosa is eligible when originally we thought she had termed out.
Okay. If we can find maybe we can find another place for Scott Pline. He's quite active in this area. He's active in the Potomac Keepers. He's a developer. He would bring a different perspective, but I understand if Tara Pascarosa seeks reappointment.
And she has been doing a really good job.
She does.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Mamie, this is Chap.
Yes, Chap.
I know Scott very well. He is the head of Potomac River Keepers. He's very active in the environmental community. He's also a very successful developer, and that's a pretty small group of people that cross those 2 lines. So I don't know this the Tara person. But if Scott wants to be on the state commission, then we really ought to find a place for him because he's got a lot to offer.
Okay.
I agree, maybe. It's Dave.
Again, if we can find another place for him, especially if we have a foundation that might be a public-private partnership, he can bring the business community to the table. He does have a lot of personal wealth, which he invests in environmental causes. So he really is a good catch. We just have to find the right place for him. And maybe this is not the right place, but I would like to keep his name alive for other opportunities.
Barbara, I
Okay.
support keeping him alive.
Okay.
Just not here.
Actually, Tommy, you would like this guy a lot. You would say he brings diversity, and I'll leave it at that. I'll
Okay.
just leave it at that.
All right, Barbara, good for you.
Okay. So we'll hold on to Scott, and if we could go with Tara Pescarosa for reappointment to the Chesapeake Bay Restoration Fund Advisory Committee. All in favor of her reappointment, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Okay, we will now move to the Clean Energy Advisory Board. And this vacancy comes as a result of a resignation. And the representative, the appointment must be a representative of the Virginia, Maryland, and Delaware Association of Electric Cooperatives. And then we have a recommendation of Kirk Johnson of Richmond, who comes from the Old Dominion Electric Cooperative. And so he is the recommendation. So all in favor of Kirk Johnson, please say aye.
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 Any opposition? Okay, we'll now move to the Coal and Energy Commission. There's one Senate vacancy to replace our dear friend, Senator Chafin. Current members are Senators Barker, Marston, Favola, and Suderline. And we have a request from Senator Hackworth. So all in favor of Senator Hackworth, please say aye.
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 Okay, now comes the fun. The Comprehensive Campaign Finance Reform Joint Subcommittee, which comes as a consequence of House Joint Resolution 526 from Delegate Bulova. The Chair of Privileges and Elections is automatically on this new joint subcommittee, and we need 3 senators and 1 citizen. So we have 6 individuals who have requested to be appointed to this subcommittee. Senators Eben, Favola, Hashmi, Normant, Reeves, and Serville. So have at it.
I would Madam Chair.
Madam
Yes,
Chair.
Senator Sasso.
I would nominate Senator Norman, Senator Serville, and Senator Favola.
I'll second
I
that.
second that.
Madam Chair.
Good balanced.
I muted myself. Yes, Senator Peterson.
Does this mean Saslaw does not want to serve on this commission?
He put his name in for nothing.
I'm willing to go. I'm willing to go on it, Mamie, but I want to be on it by myself.
Yeah.
Oh, dear, dear,
One man.
dear,
I'll second that.
dear, dear, dear.
Anyone else?
So, Mamie, can you restate who's this? Serville, Favola,
And Tommy and Senator
And
Norman.
and who are we leaving out? Who are the people that wanted to be on it and we're not putting on there? Can you just relist?
Eben, Hashmi, Reeves.
Madam Chair, both Evan and Reeves are on the committee. They're on Privileges and Elections. Serville is as well.
Okay.
Yeah, that was going to be my only question to Barbara. Is there any deference to like Senator Eben, who I think is also seniority wise on P&E, been there for quite some time? I just want to get your thoughts, Barbara.
I guess my thinking, I guess I could ask Dick since he did the nominating, but my thinking is since they serve on the committee anyways, they serve on privileges and elections. I'm expecting that they're going to have some influence on this joint subcommittee and the work it does. Because whatever report the joint subcommittee issues, I would expect it would end up before privileges and elections. So there may be some advantage to getting other voices at the table.
That's exactly right. Again, I'll move those three.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second for Senators Favola, Normant, and Survell. Is there any additional discussion on these nominees? Do we want to include the citizen here or do that separately?
Do that separately.
Okay. Any further discussion on the senators? Chap, you look like you're about to say something.
Yeah, I'm sort of.
Chap, just keep looking at the countryside as you ride.
Yeah, no, all right. Look, I don't have a strong opinion. I have a strong opinion on the issue. I don't have a strong opinion on the nominees. All right. Y'all go ahead.
Okay. All in favor of Senators Favola, Normant, and Survell, please say aye.
Aye.
The opposition?
I'm going to abstain.
Okay. Senator Peterson abstains.
Thanks.
Okay, we'll now move down to the citizen. We have Ann Hess of Christiansburg, who was recommended by Senator Edwards. Julia Tanner of Arlington, recommended by Senator Favola. Is it Cedra Butt of Midlothian, recommended by Senator Hashmi, and Allison Blow, whom I recommended.
Madam Chair, I recommended Ann Hess. She's you probably would know, longtime campaign manager for Senator Madison Marie. She's been involved, very active. She's been on the Board of Supervisors of Montgomery County. She's been involved with the League of Women Voters, the NAACP, and many other things. And she used to teach at Virginia Tech and Michigan State. Everybody knows Ann, loves her. Wonderful person.
I think we should be looking for diversity at this point, and so I have to take a minute to think about who would give us the diversity I think we're looking for. We all know Julie Tanner. She is with the League of Women Voters, and she's always been talking to lawmakers, or she has been speaking to lawmakers in the past few sessions about campaign finance reform, voter access. So I am really very open. I'm putting her name out there. I'm not actively advocating. I just want you to have an option.
I like Allison Blow, that was recommended by Senator Locke or Ann Hess.
And I would advocate for Allison.
As would I.
All right, I'll move that it be Allison Blow.
Second.
Okay, second, yeah.
All in favor of Allison Blow, please say aye.
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 Any opposition? Okay, so our citizen representative will be Allison Blow for the Comprehensive Campaign Finance Subcommittee. So we will now move to the Data Advisory Commission. which is a new commission that comes as a consequence of Senate Bill 1365 from Senator Barker. We have 3 senator vacancies. Senator Barker, Senator Hanger, Senator Eben, Senator DeSteph, Senator Servell says if needed. And Senator Barker as the patron, of course, should be appointed. Then we would have Senator Hanger, Eben, DeSteph, and again, Servell says if needed.
Madam Chair.
Chairman, I move Senator Barker and Senator Hanger.
Okay, so we have Barker and Hanger. I think I heard Senator McPike.
Yeah, yes, Madam Chair. I was going to also just make the nomination for Barker, Hanger, and Eben, who also I know has done some work in data in the past as well.
I will second that.
Okay, so we have Barker, Hanger, and Eben. You hear any other names? Okay, so we have the 3 names of Barker, Hanger, and Eben. All in favor of Barker, Hanger, and Eben, please say aye.
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 Any opposition? Okay, so we have the Data Advisory Commission. We'll now move to the Electric Vehicle Rebate Program Advisory Council that comes as a consequence of House Bill 1979 from Delegate Reed. This is 1 senator vacancy. We have requests from Senator Servell and Senator Bell.
I move Senator Bell.
I would second that.
Yeah, definitely Bell. Servell's on too many things.
Hey, y'all want a gasoline? Y'all want a gasoline guy on there?
Yes, we do.
And Bell says he owns 2 vehicles and Servo only owns 1 Tesla. So what the heck?
Yeah, Bell's really into this, big time. So he would be
Servell owns 2 for the record. He's got
Servell's going to retire on these per diems.
Okay, so we have the recommendation of Senator Bell. All in favor of Senator Bell, please say aye.
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 Any opposition? Okay, thank you very much, Senator Bell, for the Electric Vehicle Rebate Program. We now move to the FOIA Council. We have 1 citizen vacancy that's due to the resignation of Sterling Reeves. And this person has to be a current or former officer of local government. We have the recommendation that comes from the Virginia Municipal League and also from the mayor of Hampton. And that recommendation is Lola Rodriguez Perkins, who is the senior deputy city attorney. So all in favor of Lola Rodriguez Perkins, please say aye.
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 Any opposition? Okay, thank you. We now move to the Hampton Roads Transportation District Commission. This comes as a consequence of Senate Bill 1126 from Senator Sproul. It adds 1 member of the Senate and 1 member of the House of Delegates to the district. And there's 1 senator vacancy. And Senator Sproul is the patron.
I'll nominate Senator Sproul.
I second that.
So we submit Senator Sproul as the representative for the Hampton Roads Transportation District Commission. All in favor of Senator Sproul, please say aye.
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 The opposition? Okay. Thank you very much. We will now move to the Indigent Defense Commission. The Honorable Alan Rosenblatt does not wish to be reappointed. So we have the recommendation of Manuel Leva of Northern Virginia to be appointed to the Indigent Defense Commission. He's a member of the Fairfax Bar Association, the Virginia Trial Lawyers Association, and the Hispanic Bar Association. All in favor of Manuel Leva being appointed to Indigent Defense Commission, please say aye.
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 Any opposition? Okay, thank you very much. We will now move to the Dr. Martin Luther King Memorial Commission to fill an unexpired term. And this person has to be a representative of the SCLC. And the recommendation is for Paula P. Williams of Roanoke. She was recommended by the SCLC conference to assume this position. So those in favor of Paula P. Williams to be appointed to the MLK Commission, please say aye.
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 We will now move to the Maternal Health Data and Quality Measures Task Force. This is a new task force that comes as a consequence of House Bill 2111 from Delegate Herring. There are 3 senator vacancies, and only Senator Barker and myself applied to go onto this new task force. And so I am going to also volunteer Senator Kiggins. Senators Locke, Barker, and Kiggins for the maternal health data and quality measures. So
I'll move that.
So all those in favor of Locke, Barker, and Kiggins, please say aye.
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 Any opposition? Okay, we move to the Southwest Virginia Cultural Heritage Foundation, which was also had Senator Chafin, and Senator Hackworth would like to go on to that foundation. All those in favor of Senator Hackworth, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Any opposition? Okay, we will now move to the Southwest Virginia Energy Research and Development Authority with 1 citizen vacancy, and this person is a person who has to reside in Virginia. This person will replace Senator Hackworth, who was serving prior to his election to the Senate. There are 3 individuals who have been nominated: Seth White of Richlands, Chelsea Barnes of Norton, and Amanda Cox of Collinsville. Seth White was recommended by Senator Hackworth. Chelsea Barnes was recommended by Senator McPike. And Amanda Cox was recommended by Senators Locke and Pillion.
Madam Chair, can somebody explain who Seth White is other than recommended by Senator Hackworth?
That's all that's here.
And can Senator McPike describe why he recommends Chelsea Barnes, who looks like a tremendous resume?
Yes, Madam Chair. I think that both the resume as well as the from Norton, as well as active in Appalachian Voices and a number of different things, as well as the policy experience to bring to the table.
I recommend Chelsea Barnes. I mean, the resume is terrific.
I would second that.
Well, I would like to recommend Amanda Cox, who is the External Affairs Manager for APCO with the responsibility for Southwest Virginia. And she comes highly recommended, not just because Senators Locke and Pillion recommended her. She also was recommended by other individuals. She led the effort for broadband deployment in Grayson County, and she's a member for Invest Southwest Virginia, which is an economic development initiative for the area. And she too becomes highly recommended.
I would second that, and because it was a bipartisan recommendation from Senator Locke and Pillion, I'd like to continue that movement.
Madam Chair, some of us are having troubles with APCO's ways of doing things. I could go on for some time about this. That's why I think Chelsea Barnes would be a better recommendation. You all don't live in Southwest Virginia. You're not aware of some of the problems we're having with APCO.
Nobody likes electrical generators right now. John.
Well, Dominion's a lot better than APCO, to be blunt about it. We're having some issues with APCO's commitments with regard to solar, for example. They're trying to monopolize everything.
I have some familiarity with that, historically speaking.
I'm sure you do. Suderline had a good article in the paper the other day. We don't agree on everything, but I certainly agree with what he was saying in the paper the other day.
Is there any advisory, is there any, sort of subcommittee of the Southwest Virginia Energy Research and Development Authority? I mean, we've got some, I don't know much about Seth White, but clearly Chelsea Norton and Amanda Collinsville are both bring unique and helpful expertise. I just wonder if there's a, some kind of subcommittee or citizen group that the Energy and the Research and Development Authority could appoint one of these two. It wouldn't be a rules appointment. It would be another kind of, it would be an appointment by the authority. Hobie, do you have any additional information about the Southwest Virginia Energy Research and Development Authority, what their structure looks like?
Madam Chair, Senator Vola, they are made up of strictly citizen members. I don't know that they have any subgroups.
Are they at their, Madam Chair, further question?
Yes.
Are they at their maximum number of citizen vacancies?
The Senate Rules Committee has 3 other appointments, but they are through 2023.
And we've met the number, the membership is already filled out, completed.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And we don't have another appointment until 2023.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So your message is we must make a decision.
I had to step away. Which one are we on?
We're on Southwest Virginia Energy.
Southwest Virginia Energy Research and Development Authority.
Oh, still on that. Okay.
I nominate Chelsea Barnes.
Second.
And I nominate Amanda Cox.
Second.
We will,
Let's choose up sides and fight.
This is not great to fight over. I have to believe there are other things that we could appoint one of these two people to.
We've got to fight at some point. Let's choose up sides and fight now.
That's it. Cree's got the idea for the morning. Roll up the sleeves.
That's right.
One of the reasons why, looking into this and Chelsea is not only the engagement, but the expertise, and also being centered in Wise and in Norton. I mean, that is the sort of some of the key components. And I see, certainly the other nomination has some strong aspects as well. I know a little bit further geographically to the sort of the edge of Southwest than Miss Barnes, but I think she does make a strong case here for Chelsea Barnes.
okay. So Hobie, call the roll on Chelsea Barnes.
Sorry. Senator Saswell.
No, I'll go with Amanda Cox.
Senator Howell. Senator Lucas. Senator Lucas.
Okay, I just got myself off of mute. Senator Locke, who was your nominee?
Cox.
And who's up right now?
Barnes.
No.
Senator Edwards.
Aye.
Senator Deeds.
Aye.
Senator Marsden.
Aye.
Senator Peterson. Senator Barker.
Aye.
Senator Favola.
I'm going to go. I just changed my mind, so I'm going to say no to Barnes.
Senator Lewis.
He's in deep thought.
Senator Lewis.
No, could you hear me? No.
Senator Norman,
No.
Senator McDougal,
No.
Senator Vogel,
No.
Senator McPike,
Aye.
Senator Peterson, Senator Locke.
No.
5 ayes, 8 nays.
Madam Chairman, I would move to reverse the vote.
Second.
Second.
Okay. So that would be 8 for Amanda Cox and 5 for Barnes. Is that correct,
Right.
Toby?
Yes, ma'am.
Madam Chair,
Madam Chair,
I think we would switch votes. I'd prefer if those that want to maybe abstain or otherwise, but I would certainly, to move forward positively, change my vote to a yes for Amanda Cox, understanding the will of the committee.
Okay, we'll call the roll, Hobie.
Senator Saslow,
Aye.
Senator Lucas,
Aye.
Senator Edwards,
No.
Senator Deeds,
Abstain.
Senator Marsden,
Aye.
Senator Peterson, Senator Barker,
Aye.
Senator Pavola,
You're muted.
You're muted, Barbara.
Praise the Lord.
I apologize. I said aye.
Senator Lewis,
Are you speaking for me?
Aye. Aye.
Senator Norman,
Aye.
Senator McDougal, Senator McDougal,
That's another praise the Lord.
Senator Vogel,
Aye.
Senator McPike,
Aye.
Senator Locke.
Aye.
Herbie, this is Ryan. It kicked me out for a second. I was an aye.
Okay, 11 ayes, 1 nay, 1 abstention.
Thank you. So it would be Amanda Cox for the Southwest Virginia Energy Research and Development Authority. So we will now move to the Southwest Virginia Health Authority. I would recommend Senator Hackworth.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor of Senator Hackworth, please say aye.
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 Any opposition? Okay. We now are down to our last group, and that's the Southwest Virginia Higher Education Center Board of Trustees. And that has 1 senator vacancy, and we have a request from Senator Hackworth. So I would move that Senator Hackworth be appointed to the Southwest Virginia Higher Education Center Board of Trustees. All in favor of Senator Hackworth, please say aye.
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 Second.
Okay, just say ayes, Louise.
Aye. Aye.
Just nod your head, Louise.
Second.
Okay. Okay, so that completes our task for the day, I believe.
Madam Chair, you have
I'm wrong. I'm wrong.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
about the
yeah.
tobacco?
Got a whole page left.
Yeah.
Okay, we now are to the Tobacco Region Revitalization Commission, 1 Senate vacancy. We have 4 requests from Senator Stanley, Senator Pillion, Senator Hackworth, and Senator Ruff.
I nominate Senator Ruff.
Second.
Okay.
Okay.
I recommend Senator Pillion, which was also recommended by myself and Senator Norman. So who was that you nominated, Sasslaw?
I nominated Ruff, but if you all think that Pillion would be a better addition, then that would be fine. I can go with either one.
Madam Chair. Madam Chair.
Yes,
I could too, but the reality is that Frank Ruff represents more of the tobacco growing territory than anybody else.
Madam Chairman, even though I joined hands with you on Pillion. I think from an accessibility and the fact that Ruff does represent the largest tobacco region, that he would be a more appropriate candidate for that position.
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
All right, I'll nominate Ruff.
Okay, all in favor of Senator Ruff, please say aye.
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 Any opposition? Okay, so now we're down to the Virginia Alcohol Safety Action Program Commission with 2 citizens. And 2 recommendations are Pat Eggleston and to be reappointed, and Crystal Hewlett of Roanoke.
I'll drink to those 2.
Okay. I'll say cheers.
Okay, so all in favor of Pat Eggleston and Crystal Hewlett, please say aye.
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 And
Okay,
Senator Senator Sasslaw, my direct dial is 259-3835.
Okay, so we have Pat Eggleston and Crystal Hewlett for the Virginia Alcohol Safety Action Program. Okay, we're down to the last organization, and it's the Volunteer Firefighters and Rescue Squad Workers Service Award Fund Program Board. And we have 1 senator vacancy, and we have 3 individuals who requested.
Madam Chair, this is not that important to me if somebody else wants it worse.
Okay.
Jeremy, you do volunteer firework. How come you don't want to do this?
Spent 20 years with him. I had enough.
Okay.
I nominate Senator Cosgrove.
Removing any conflict of interest, but yeah, I think nominating John Cosgrove, I know he's been very engaged in
All right, that's fine.
Yeah, I second that. He's very involved with that.
Okay, all in favor of Senator Cosgrove, please say aye.
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 Any opposition?
And Cree, Senator Cosgrove thanks you, and I mean that sincerely.
Okay. All right. So I think that now completes our list.
Madam Chair?
Yes, Senator Marston.
Marston, you and I communicated this morning about the Metropolitan Washington Council of Governments Transportation Planning Board position vacant for several years. Could I just bring that to staff's attention that we need to research that vacancy? Apparently, it's been vacant for several years, and with the American Legion Bridge going to be reconstructed by Maryland, and we're going to be trying to hook up through Transurban, hook up to their express lanes that Maryland is going to build. I've already been in contact with one of my counterparts in the Maryland Senate, and I would, if we could do that research so we could get that position appointed, which I would like to serve on as chairman of transportation, is to get that clear that's what we that is an available appointment and appropriate, and we can take that up at our next meeting. Once it's
I already brought that up to the attention of staff this morning prior to the meeting starting. Susan Hobie, what did you find?
Madam Chair, the Deputy Secretary of Transportation has asked that this appointment be made. It's in their bylaws. It's not in the Code of Virginia. So there really is nothing in their bylaws that says how this person is nominated or appointed. It just says by a senator.
I nominate Senator Marsden.
Second.
So you got it, Senator Marston, if you want it.
I appreciate it very much, and we'll make sure that the bridge crosses the river.
Okay,
David.
So do we have anyone from the public who wants to speak? I'm speaking to you 3 in the room there. Clerk's office.
Speak.
Anybody just dying to say something from the public?
Madam Chairman, I move we adjourn.
Okay, thank you.
Second.
Okay, so good to see you guys. Go off
Thank
and
you.
have a wonderful
Bye.
summer.
Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.
Great work today. Thank you.
See you.